An injury that threatened an NBA player's entire career.
Hayward has broken his leg.
A team that lifted the championship after 52 years.
I pour my heart, my blood, my sweat, my tears for this game, and
The sudden demise of an NBA legend.
Tonight, the new report on the crash that killed Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 others, including their pilot.
These are the top 10 most emotional moments in NBA history. Number 10, Luka Doncic saves a child's life. In 2019, Luka Doncic wasn't only saving the Mavs, he was saving lives too, just like he was saving little Chris's life. Chris was born with a genetic disorder and was paralyzed. With every passing day, he was inching closer to the inevitable. Unfortunately, Chris had 8 months to live if he wasn't given medical attention. And this required $2.2 million. This is where Luka stepped in. Once he heard little Chris's predicament, he was pretty quick to act. He did his best by selling off signed memorabilia, donated his own money, and even made a call to action on social media. The amount was arranged, and Chris was rushed to the United States for immediate medical attention. The doctors left no stone unturned, and the operation was a success. Luka was so generous that he even invited Chris and his family to one of his games and met Chris over there. This moment brought tears to the eyes of millions of fans. At number 9, we have Isiah Austin. Isiah was expected to be the first pick in the 2014 NBA draft, but unfortunately his dream was cut short when all of a sudden, 2 days before the big night, Isiah was diagnosed with Marfan syndrome. Shocked by this news, Isiah's dreams were shattered, and he was devastated. But to honor him, the commissioner, Adam Silver, invited Isiah as an honorary pick.
Before we continue tonight, I want to take a moment to recognize Baylor center Isiah Austin.
You're the real MVP for that. Coming in at number 8, we have Klay Thompson making his legendary comeback. Klay was well on track to becoming a real superstar, but in 2019 NBA Finals against the Raptors, he suffered a major injury.
And a foul. Now writhing in pain. Steph Curry.
Klay was taken to the hospital and an MRI scan showed his injury was indeed very serious. It was the worst nightmare of every NBA player, torn ACL. While he was on his way for his comeback, he suffered another injury. This time it was the Achilles tendon. It took him nearly 3 years to get back to the sport. After lots of uncertainty and self-doubt, Klay finally made a return. His first field point was truly remarkable. He scored 17 points in his 20 minutes against the Cavaliers in this game. But there is one moment that's engraved in our minds. And at number 7, that moment features Kevin Durant.
I'm usually good at talking.
Back in 2013-14, KD was on top of his game.
Durant runs away from it, steps back and scores!
Gets by Ariza with a
KD was nominated as the league's most valuable player, and during his speech, he broke into tears.
I wasn't supposed to be here. You made us believe. You kept us off the street, put clothes on our backs, food on the table.
Now this moment got viral, and it gave rise to a lot of memes. But in reality, this moment was very emotional. Coming in at number 6, we got James Harden, the infamous Mr. Beard. Now let's be real here. The Beard may look like someone you definitely don't want to mess with, but when it comes to his fans, he's a super nice guy. Just like when he got to know that one of his friends had an accident and was left paralyzed from his neck down. Harden sent him a pair of Snickers and contributed a lot to his GoFundMe campaign. And that's not all. He even exchanged contacts with this kid.
Everything will work itself out. Keep strong. You're alright. Hope you're alright. I promise you are.
Because bro wanted to remain in contact. What a good old chap. Talking about this reminds me of a guy who suffered from a massive injury and still didn't forget his fans. And at number 5, that guy is Gordon Hayward.
Team, this is the guy that's probably hit the biggest shot in Cavs history. They're going up. Oh my goodness. Hayward came down so hard. Okay, Hayward broke his leg. Hayward has broken his leg.
In the next Celtics game, this was his message.
What's up, everybody? Just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's had me in their thoughts and prayers. I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah. Now if you enjoyed hearing all these stories, Buckle up, because our guy at number 4 tops them all. And that guy is none other than Derrick Rose. Derrick became one of the best Chicago Bulls player after Michael Jordan himself. He was dominating the league and leading the Bulls to places. But fate had something else in mind. Everything blew up when Derrick suffered a knee injury. An injury that came with a huge price tag. He made a comeback, but his journey was cut short by another season-ending injury. Everyone thought Derrick's career as an NBA great player was done and dusted. In fact, Derrick struggled to even find a place in the league. He was like a burden moving from one franchise to another. He was unable to find his old touch, and after being cut off by most of the teams, this man ended up with Timberwolves.
You and your career high 50 points. What does it mean to you, Derrick?
This transfer became his redemption. He started to show glimpses of his greatness. And on one of the most emotional nights of his career, he scored 50 points against Utah.
The franchise, the organization, the fans, everybody, man, I wouldn't be able to play the way I play, man.
It was at this moment the world came to know that Derrick Rose was back, baby. Hell yeah! Not long after Derrick eventually returned to Chicago Bulls in 2022, as he always wanted to play for his team, he was welcomed with open arms and with a standing ovation.
Rose, the NBA most valuable player back in 2011 at 22 years of age.
Derrick was finally at home, at peace. And guess who else was at peace after pulling one of the greatest comebacks in NBA history? At number 3, we got LeBron James coming to the rescue of the Cavaliers.
Crying tears of joy.
It was fair to say that things were not looking so good for the Cavs back then. But then came LeBron.
When I came back to bring a championship to this city, I gave everything that I had. I poured my heart, my blood, my sweat, my tears to this game, and
he carried the team to the series finale. And after a nerve-wracking competition, Cleveland finally managed to win it overtime. Damn, they really deserve that one, huh? Speaking of LeBron's achievements, he rocks the number 2 spot too. On February 7th in 2023, King James passed an unsurpassable record. A record that was once thought to be unattainable by many. My man dethroned Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the highest point scorer in the NBA.
They get another prayer with a right-hand hook from the free Kareem.
And guess who was sitting in the audience while this happened? Kareem himself. It seemed unreal, like a dream. The entire arena was in a state of euphoria. And his status was nothing less than of an NBA god. Now comes the number 1 moment that made everyone cry. It began when LeBron passed Kobe on the NBA points scoring list.
Back to James! Oh, he throws it down!
History was made. But it became even better when Kobe congratulated LBJ on Twitter. But little did everyone know that this was going to be the last tweet from Kobe. That evening, the Black Mamba died in a helicopter crash.
Tonight, the new report on the crash that killed Kobe Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 others, including their pilot.
Kobe didn't die. He just became immortal.
Like all of you, I continue to be devastated over the loss of my friend, my little brother, Kobe Bryant, and my beautiful niece, Gigi. I work, we laugh, we kid, we joke. When I get back home and look at reality and say she's gone.
Many teams, including the Lakers, paid wholesome tributes to the legend. And even LeBron delivered an emotional message.
Kobe is a brother to me. The one thing that we always shared is that determination to just want to win.
Indeed, Kobe was and always will be one of the greatest players that has graced this sport. And he will forever be remembered. That's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to dunk on that subscribe button.